if you think about it, in 1941 we went to war on both sides of the globe, and just a few years we had won the war on both sides of the globe, and that was for our freedom.
You're never ready for war. There's no such thing. Realizing we have to do this, come hell or high water, it's up to us, and nobody else is going to do it but us.
Why is this called the greatest generation? There's the simple answer to that. It's called the greatest generation because it was not only veterans like us, it was the citizens of the United States who recognized that we had a wonderful, wonderful country, but we want to keep it a wonderful, wonderful country. And the only one that was going to be allowed would be to win this war.
Vincent Rosati is my name, and I went into the Navy. My name is Mario Rosati, and I was in the United States Navy, the Navy Air Force. I was reading a newspaper, the Honolulu Advertiser, near the barber shop. And my shipmate came running down and said, "The Japanese are attacking." I said, "You're crazy." So I went up the ladder and I looked aft. We were about 2,000 yards from the Arizona. And sure as hell, you could see the planes bombing and strafing. I went to the theater, and on the way back home I passed this restaurant I usually frequented. And he saw me, and the proprietor came on and says, "Did you hear the news?" And Pearl Harbor was bombed. And, you know, right away, I thought of my brother. The thing that sticks in my mind, when we were passing the Arizona, the guys up there in the aftermath, firing and fighting, and below them there was nothing but fire. That's the thing that sticks mostly in my mind. I know them guys never survived. We were so busy, I don't think I was afraid. When you're real busy, you know, what we were doing, fear don't come into it. It's when there's a lull, that's when you get the shock.
I think in those days everyone wanted to serve. It was the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. And it was more than just bombing Pearl Harbor, the United States of America. It was we felt it was an atrocity against every man, woman, and child in America. My name is Donald Burgett, and I was a paratrooper, Able Company 506, 101st Airborne. One of the high casualty rates that we had was when we parachuted into Holland, little town called San. And we were supposed to capture the bridge. Well, they blew it up in our face, but getting to it, we had to charge into 488s that were firing at us head on, and they were blowing my people away. We lost, within an hour, we lost about a third of my company.
D-Day to me was the crowning experience that I had. 10,000 airplanes, 130,000 troops, 5,000 ships. That really shook me up. My name is George Koskamaki. I served with the 101st Airborne Division in World War II. On June 7th, after we had parachuted into Normandy, we lost 350 men who were killed on the jump. The invasion of the beaches, over 2,000 men died.
It's hard to talk about war. You have to smell it. You have to be there. You have to feel the cold. You have to smell the gunpowder. You hear the clanking of the tracks of the tanks, and it's an eerie feeling that gets into you. You kind of wonder what it's all about. My name is John M. Jack Roberts. I was in the Army, served in the European theater. I was on my way up to a forward observation post as an artillery scout corporal when we got ambushed by the Germans. 11 of us went forward, 2 killed, everybody else was wounded except me and another guy. Like Winston Churchill said one time, the most exhilarating experience in the world is being shot at and missed. That makes a lot of sense.
You see so much death, and you're yelling at your buddy, you know, come on, let's go, and all of a sudden he's blown away. One of the guys to my right was blown away just as 2 legs were left. His legs fell on the ground. He was direct hit with a 75, but you learn that life is so quick, and it's gone.
Well, I get kind of emotional about that, thinking about the guys who aren't with us anymore.
You become very hardened to the reality of war. You depend on your friends, your buddies, for support. My name is Bill Hoole. I fought in Europe in the Third Army during World War II under General George S. Patton. We didn't, and in combat you don't think in terms of heroes. You do what you have to do, right then and there. And you do some terrible things, which afterwards you have a very deep regret for. They're as vivid in my mind as if they happened yesterday or earlier this morning. I can shut my eyes, I can see Morville, I can see Monaco Woods, I can see Saar Union, Redalby, Benestroff, those battles, I can see them just as plain as can be.
My name is Prudence Burns Burrell, and I was an Army nurse in World War II.
My name is Darvina Strobridge, and I served as an Army nurse in World War II.
I really wanted to see the world, and I thought maybe I would go into other countries and nurse the black soldiers, because I knew that it was all segregated, and they would need someone there. And I would speak up and see that they got really good care.
I thought I had a skill that perhaps I could help some of our brave young men, and we called them Peach Fuzz Boys because they were so young, that perhaps I could be of service to them and take care of them and be comforting to them.
You feel sorry, and you have a feeling that you hope that God would help.
Well, I treat it as though if it was my son or my brother, I would like to have someone else who cared for me. And we shared about their families, their girlfriends. They shared everything.
You nursed them and did the best that you could in order to make it better for them. And when they died, to know that someone was trying to help.